p.m. We have two cases that will be continued tonight. The first case is number 22-18, 11 Occident Circle, special permit pursuant to Section 94A of the Walpole zoning bylaws to allow an addition to non-conforming building. The applicant has sent in a letter. We would like to request a continuance for our hearing of 11 Occident Circles, application for a special permit under bylaw 94A on Wednesday, September 21st, 2022 until Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022. Can I have a motion to continue case number 22-18?
So moved.
Moved by Judy.
Second.
Second by Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. The second case is case number 22-7, 1429 Main Street LLC. Special permit under zoning bylaws, section 2.2A, and 5B13G to allow the modification of a 2014 Planning Board special permit decision case number 14-10, in which the special permit granting authority has changed. A letter from the applicant, who represents John S. Marini Sr. as manager of 1429 of Massachusetts Limited Liability Company with address 345 Neponset Street, Canton, Mass. The applicant regarding the request for minor modification of special permit decision. The applicant respectfully requests a continuance of the September 21st, 2022 hearing to November 2nd, 2022. The applicant hereby extends any statutory deadlines to file a decision by 45 days. Can I please have a motion to continue case 22-7 to November 2nd?
So moved.
Moved by Judy.
Second.
By Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have a couple absences from the board tonight, so for any applicants that are coming up, we have currently a 4-member board, which would mean that if we're going to rule on your case tonight, you would need a unanimous decision, 4-0. If you so choose, there are other options available. You can continue the hearing without testimony till a later date when we'll have all of our members present, or you can continue and present your case, and we can go from there. So that being said, case number 22-12, Bristol Brothers Development Corporation, Renmar Avenue and West Street, variance under zoning bylaws, section 10-C2, A3, requiring that an adult qualified village development have a minimum setback along the perimeter of 50 feet. This case has been continued from September 7th, 2022. Can the applicant please come forward and state your name for the record and present your case, or choose what you'd like to do?
Excellent, thank you. My name is Jeff Toccio. I'm counsel to Bristol Brothers Development Corp. Behind me is Jim Bristol, the president. Mark Romanowitz, our consultant, is to my right behind, and then Taylor Casano of Crocker Design Group, our engineers, is here as well. What we're doing this evening, I've got a board, but I believe ultimately we'll be looking for a continuance to November 2nd. We did submit to you folks some revised plans, which in effect eliminated the necessity to request the variance. After meeting with you folks last time and getting some of the comments, we really sat down and looked hard at what we could do to shift units around, et cetera, and we've come up with a resulting plan that basically allows for the clubhouse to be located within the permissible building envelope, so that's outside of the 50-foot setback. And then the lone question for you folks would involve that existing house at 534 West Street, which is at 1936, pre-existing non-conforming. We did go back in through your provisions of your bylaw with respect to the non-conforming 1- and 2-family structures, and it's set up very well so that we're in a position where either the building commissioner can issue a permit for an extension of non-conforming structure in the other direction, so not with respect to the non-conformity on the side yard setback, but then also there's a provision, it's basically like a Section 6 finding, which allows this board to issue a special permit, finding that the enlargement or extension will not increase the non-conforming nature of the structure or will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. And what we show in the, just the black line is the existing structure, number 1 on it, and then the 2 terracotta additions would be an attached garage, and then also an attachment which is a master bedroom for that. What they do is, the provision there would be, again, to keep the retaining structure, which is non-conforming with respect to the west side on a property line, and then be in a position for your finding, if you elect to grant that or make that finding for those 2 other provisions. What we will do is, we did not file requesting the special permit, and so we're here basically on a variance. We discussed with Patrick that we will be, basically filling out the entire file, asking for the issuance of the special permit, and then we'll provide all the criteria that you folks will need to make that finding. So I believe November 2nd would be the date. We can answer any questions that you've got, and with that, I think I'm pretty much concluded, unless you folks would like to learn more about this.
Just a question about the, I appreciate you looking at it and eliminating the requirement for the variance. I don't recall whether, as you mentioned, maybe you did not request a special permit of the first go-around, and whether, do you need to do another public notice and all that as well?
Yeah, that's correct. I think the clean way of doing it would be re-advertising.
Okay.
And we still have to go back to the planning board with respect to the overall. We've got some tweaks to the rest of the AQV 10. We're not in a rush, and Patrick advised that, and we agree, that we just go through the process again and make sure that everything's perfect.
Okay. So would we be, I don't know, voting to withdraw this application in light of resubmitting, or what?
What we'll do is, we'd like a continuance, and then our intention will be, once the special permit, assuming that it is granted at the next meeting, we'll then withdraw the variance immediately thereafter.
Okay. Okay, great. Makes sense to me.
Okay, thank you. Can I please have a motion to continue this hearing till November 2nd, 2022,
So moved.
Yeah, Midtown Hall.
7 PM at Town Hall?
So moved.
So moved by Judy, second by Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries.
Great. We'll see you in a few weeks. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. We appreciate it.
The next case is case number 22-25, Town of Walpole Sewer and Water Department, Acceptage Disposal Facility on 130 Robbins Road, request to modify condition number 3 relating to the hours of operation as it pertains to the special permit decision for original case number 2-89, revised in case number 30-92, and revised in case number 21-7. Can the applicant please come forward and present his case and identify himself for the board?
My name is Scott Gustafson. I'm the superintendent of the Sewer and Water Department. And this is a request that, it's similar to requests that have come before you in the past, most recently last June. We've had a request from the haulers that use the septic facility to increase our hours of operation, so they can do a more efficient business, make more profit. I feel that would also be beneficial to the town as well. Last time they were looking at an additional hour. This time they were looking at extending it from 8 to 2:30 where it is now to 7 to 3:30. And they appealed to the Board of Sewer and Water Commissioners as well as the department. And the request that is being made is to be able to modify the hours within the normal working day, exclusive of holidays. That will allow us to adjust the hours as need be for the facility, whether those be up or down. The haulers, well, I should say the haulers, one hauler approached his associates, and they were in agreement that they would like to see this happen. There's at least 4 of them that are making this request.
Mr. Chairman, the last request, I indicated for the record that I live on Robbins Road on the far and the other end of it, and just wanted to disclose that again. I wasn't requested to recuse last time, and
Okay.
but you have the chance to if you'd like. But,
So,
that would reduce us to a 3-person board, though, which
okay,
we'd have to continue.
we would like to go forward. We did approach each of the parties that were involved before of concern, the police department, the fire department, the engineering department, the school department. Each of them either expressed support or no objection. One thing to note was that the police department, in a verbal conversation, not written, requested any staging of vehicles occur off the street and public way and beyond the facility site itself. That has not occurred to date, but that's something that we can certainly do and accommodate.
And I just had a question. So, if I'm understanding the request correctly, you're asking the board to approve a condition essentially that the Board of Water and Sewer can determine on its own what the operating hours are within the envelope of 8 to 3:30?
Working in conjunction with the sewer and water department so that the facility needs are best met.
Yeah.
That would be with the normal working days and hours, exclusive of holidays, nothing outside that range.
I just don't know if we, but it's for the board to decide, of course, but like if we just set that outside boundaries, then you could do kind of whatever. I don't know why the Water and Sewer Commission has to decide on a day-to-day basis. I'm not sure why, if we just approved it, so let's say from 8 to 3:30 or what you're requesting, is there a need for the Water and Sewer Commission to, like, be involved in deciding on a day-to-day basis what the hours of operation are? I'm kind of unclear on that.
If it was set to 7 AM start to 3:30 shutdown, within those hours, that's something that the department can give guidance to the board and let them know that this is what the facility needs at this time.
Mhm.
And it has changed over the years. The hours have changed several times. And at one time, it was actually shut down and mothballed, but it was started back up again. So the needs can vary over the years.
I have a few comments to read in the record from other departments. Carl Boldoff, Town Engineer. I am a recipient of your memorandum dated March 23rd, 2022, where you provided a summary of past and proposed hours for the operation of Acceptage facility off Robbins Road. In that summary, you also request comment on a change that would allow the facility to be operated within normal DPW working hours of 7 to 3:30. This request does not mean the facility will be continually in operation 5 days per week within those hours. However, it would allow yourself and the commission to choose hours within that range that suit your operational needs as well as those septic haulers. This department has no objection to the requested change and is in support of the flexibility in hours of operation that provide better service to both DPW operations and the septic haulers who rely on the facility. We have comments from the chief of police. I'm writing to express my support for the septic receiving facility located on Robbins Road in Walpole to change the hours of operation from 7 AM to 3:30 PM. We feel this change will have minimal impact on school traffic at Johnston Middle School, which is located a short distance away from the facility, while benefiting sewer and water operations for the town of Walpole. That is Richard Kelleher. Letter from Michael Friska, from the school business administrator. This attached letter was in my mailbox, wants to confirm the school department has no issue with the increased hours. I tried to copy Scott on this email. The Walpole Fire Department has reviewed your request, letter from the location and reason noted above. At this time, we offer no objections to this request. Got all the letters?
I think we had another letter from the superintendent of schools.
From Bridget Goff, the superintendent of schools, in May of '21, a request was made by Acceptage haulers to extend the hours of operation at the Acceptage facility on Robbins Road from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday through Friday, to 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., Monday to Friday. Comment was requested from the Walpole Public Schools, Police Department, Fire Department, and Town Engineer. Having received letters of support from each, along with the statement that the requested change of hours would have minimal or no impact to the traffic and safety of Johnston Middle School, the ZBA on June 23rd, 21 approved this request. At November 22nd, 2021 meeting of the Board of Sewer and Water Commissioners, Mr. Kevin Orlando of All Season Septic requested that the Acceptage facility increase the hours of operation. Mr. Orlando asked that the new hours be set to 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. This request has the written support of his industry colleagues, namely Podgoriski Corporation, A Best Enterprises, Atkins Septic. The board voted to have me check the feasibility of the changing of the facility hours and approach the ZBA with a request without specifying what particular hours would be. Having no issues with the operational hours since the opening of the facility, including the most recent change in June of '21, I would like to request comment on a proposed change in the hours of operation for the facility. I would like to request the Board of Sewer and Water Commissioners be allowed to adjust the hours of operation as needed within the normal working hours of Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This change would allow more time for septic haulers to make deliveries, enable the sewer and water department to operate the facility efficiently during the normal working day as required, and potentially increase revenue for the town due to increased business. That was a letter that was from Scott to Bridget, so there wasn't another one. It was a very nice letter.
Good job.
So, I don't have an issue with granting them permission to do that. Is there any abutters that would like to speak on this behalf? Does any other board members have anything?
I just had a comment. I remember when this was built, and if I remember correctly, the town was practically forced to build it. And then the zoning board at the time, you know, the hours were ridiculous, so they were all going to Canton, which was out of town, further away, and I think, I might be wrong, but cheaper. Now, with gas now, you know, I mean, I think if they're hauling out, if they're collecting in town or surrounding towns, we ought to make it available for them to come. Yeah, I mean, they are business people. I think most of those guys are in town or close to. But, you know, with gas now, to haul everything out of town, and we've got that, you know, sort of that $1 million facility that was sitting there, closed at one time. I think it's about time we make it normal business hours. They'll figure out when not to go with the mums and dads dropping and picking up. They'll know the traffic jam, so I'm sure they won't show up then, but they might have to, but I think it's time to make use of that facility, and I'm gonna guess there'll be some increased revenue. We're gonna, you know, whether we attract other haulers from Medfield, Medway, I don't know, but I mean, I think it's time to give them a break.
That's definitely an interest. So we do want to get the word out that the facility is there, and not just use the current clientele that use the facility.
Yep.
We want to see more increase in that use.
Yeah. Now, are the rates, are they a competitive rate with other?
They're similar, but like I said, if you have to drive further to get there, that's
Oh.
definitely an impact.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned staging, so if you do get more haulers and, you know, say, All Seasons has got 2 trucks coming in several times a day, I think we should make sure that they're not staged on Robbins Road or anywhere close, you know, close proximity. Is
Most
it
of-
big enough for them to line up a couple trucks in the
The
roadway?
most that I've seen has been in maybe 3 vehicles
Okay,
on a very busy day. They all came at the same time. But they came in off Route 27 onto Robbins Road.
Mhm.
So they're at one side of the school, but they're not really driving past it.
Yep.
And we definitely have the space to have them. If there were more than that, we would just have to turn them away until there was sufficient space to accommodate them.
okay. And they'll be aware of that. I mean, you're not telling them to go out of town, you just tell them to come back in 20 minutes. right?
Definitely.
Okay. Okay, I don't have any other questions?
Yeah, I mean, I think my primary concern was that the drop-off is between 7 and 8, depending on the start time for the school. But the school doesn't seem to have any issues with that, so.
Same as.
Okay, would you like to close the case?
Yes.
Okay, can I please have a motion to the effect of, approving,
Motion for the closing.
oh, sorry,
public hearing.
yes, sorry, motion to close the case.
So moved.
Moved by Judy, second by Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose, abstain, motion carries. Can I please have a motion to approve the application for modification to the condition of previously issued special permit, case 22-25, to modify the hours of operation at the Town of Walpole Acceptage facility located at 130 Robbins Road, Walpole, Mass.
Do you want more than
I'd
that?
probably recommend that motion to modify condition number 3 from the originally submitted special permit, to allow the board and sewer water commissioners, be allowed to adjust the hours of operation as needed within the normal working hours of Monday through Friday from 7 AM to 3:30 PM. Just to be more.
Got a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Moved by Judy,
Second.
second by Tim.
Question?
Just-
Should we include the staging? I'd like to just to be on the safe side.
Is
So
it-
no vehicles to be staged on
Robbins
Robbins Road.
Can we add that to a condition,
Yeah.
that no vehicles be allowed to stage on Robbins Road prior to 7 AM?
Or at any-
Or at all,
Or at any
at
time,
all,
excuse
yeah,
me, yeah,
at
yeah.
all, throughout the day.
Any other conditions?
No.
All those in favor? Sorry, did we get a motion on that?
Yeah, I did.
Motion by
Tim,
Judy,
yeah.
second by Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose, abstain, motion carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
The next case we'll be hearing is case number 22-21, Michael Cannon from 3 Eldor Drive, special permit pursuant to section 5B.2 of the Walpole zoning bylaws to allow for an accessory in-law suite. This case has been continued from August 17th, 2022. Can the applicant please step forward and identify themselves for the board?
I'm Michael Cannon, I'm the homeowner.
Okay. Would you like to open the case tonight with the,
Yeah,
okay,
you guys continued it, you said was based on, what's it, conservation, and I got past them
right,
the other, a week ago.
great.
So I'm just back to see, have you guys,
Let me read into the record. I believe there was a comment, excuse me. Couple
The
comments.
comments have been written into the record at the last public hearing.
Okay, so there's no additional comments from
No
the
additional
Conservation
comments, no.
Commission? Okay. Is there any other concerns or questions by the board regarding this application? Was there any preliminary conditions set forth at the last meeting?
Nothing we talked about other than standard conditions really, or wasn't really discussed.
Plot plan and conservation.
Helps the board, just a quick math on this coming from the applicant's architect. The existing area was at 1,555 square feet. The proposed floor area after the fact would be 2429, which is an 874 addition. The proposed in-law itself was around 602 square feet, which is about 24.8% of the total floor area of the home. So it complies, I guess, with the baseline conditions.
noticing some of the drawings have dated April 22nd, 2022, and some of them are dated April 20th, 2002. Do you know? I just, when we reference the decision, we'll reference the drawings and I'll make sure I get the correct date on record. It's a 2-day difference, but I'm just wondering if,
I couldn't tell, I don't
So
know.
typically, I guess it would be the plan that, or the sheet that was modified. So the sheet that's modified A2.
I sent the guy back, right. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're right, go ahead.
No, sent the guy back because he didn't, when the original drawing didn't have any door going into the house. And I know we want to make sure that you're not making a two-family out of the thing. So I made sure that there was a door. And so that the second drawing was probably a couple of days later. I honestly don't know. But that was the only,
Okay.
that was the only change I made.
okay. Any other comments from any other board members?
No, I think we're all set. I was.
Would you like to close the hearing?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Then, can I please have a motion to close the hearing for case number 22-21?
So moved.
Moved by Judy. Second by Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose, abstain, motion carries. Can I please, like the conditions, standard conditions for this application, as well as reference the drawings that were submitted with the application dated April 20th, 2022, MF Engineering and Designs, in-law suite, 3 Eldor Drive, South Walpole. Can I please have a motion to approve the in-law suite for case number 22-21 with respect to the property located at 3 Eldor Drive, Walpole, Mass, zoning district, residence B, RB.
So moved.
Moved by Judy. Second by Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose, abstain. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Great to go.
Good luck.
Good to go.
So much. You guys have been great.
We appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you.
The minutes review, without some of our other members here, I don't know if there's comments on any of those minutes.
One thing that I noticed, the executive session minutes that were uploaded to the Dropbox were actually the minutes from last time, which I hadn't edited yet, so if you do approve or discuss minutes tonight, I'd probably refrain from the executive session minutes in order to review the corrected version.
And the executive session minutes are not publicized, they're
No.
just, they're put in the
Yeah.
Dropbox for us to review.
But some of your comments from last time, I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure it
Yeah,
was
right.
reflected.
Sure.
I'd personally like to wait for John and wait till we have all our members present to add any additional comments that might be necessary for these minutes.
That's
That's
fine.
okay with the other board members?
That's fine.
Great. Motion to close the hearing, close the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Judy, second by Tim. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion carries.